What's up, everybody? This is Leonard with stuff I learned from YouTube. Man, it's hard to say that. I just cannot get used to it. Put you over here, cut down on the glare a little bit. Then back on the Yamaha Grizzly 01600. Got it running. Idle's great. Perfect idle. You hit the throttle, blah, 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 pow. So I took the carburetor back off. I watched, there's not a whole lot on YouTube about these things, so, you could spend a lot of time. But one thing I did see, and it wasn't exactly for a Grizzly, these aftermarket carburetors, see, they come with jets already installed, and they come with extra jets. Well, this was already on the machine when I picked it up, and I didn't get anything to go with it. So whatever's in it is just what's in it. And one of the jets that's already in it, I think this is for the idler circuit. I'm not exactly 100% sure, but from what I can see, this is it has 50 on it. It's got 50 on it. It's got a pretty small hole. Let me see what the one that's in it says. I can't tell, even with a magnifying glass. But it's got a pretty good size hole. So, I don't know, I think the jets are all right in it. So, I was hoping that it had a small jet in it, but that doesn't appear to be the case. So what am I going to do now? I know they said this is the primary, and this secondary one here is generally fairly small. I could take it apart because I don't believe I had this jet out of its base. So maybe there's something in there. So I took this thing apart. I know this is supposed to have, I don't have all the pieces to the airbox either. This is supposed to, the OEM airbox has a secondary smaller hose that comes off of it, so that would go there. What they had the crankcase ventilation hose going up to this carburetor, and it failed it, it put some oil in it. So I'm wondering, it's backfiring through the intake and it's blowing the carburetor right on off of it. So I'm wondering if I should take the valve cover off of it and just, if I take the valve cover off of it and check to see if it's in, check the timing chain. See, right here's the valve cover. I notice it's missing this support brace right here, and that's supposed to be the top of the engine support, and it's not there. That's why I'm trying to hunt me a junkyard for ATVs. Something that's not eBay, where I'm just, oh shit, well, I guess I'm missing that. get back on eBay and wait forever how long it takes to get something from there. I'd like to just find one in a junkyard and get the pieces off of it, one that's fairly complete. And I just don't know where shit's supposed to go. I'm picking up a little bit at a time like this. The crankcase ventilation, it's supposed to go back in here to another hose that hooks to the air box. And I don't have it. I think I'm going to put the gas tank on it. Put the carburetor back on it. Get the gas tank on it. Now I think what I'm going to do first is take this jet apart on this carburetor. Because I want to see what that looks like in there. A 5/16 fits pretty good. I'd like to find a smoking gun is what I'd like to find. And all this shit here looks brand new. I took it apart down to the, I took the top off of it and took it down to the, took the needle out of it. I just do not see, well, can't really see through that one. Alright, I'm gonna take this thing outside and spray the shit out of it, see what happens. I was told by a mechanic one of the YouTube mechanics, Rock Power Sports, I think it was, that you shouldn't spray carburetor cleaner down in your carburetor with the with the diaphragm in it, which is underneath this hat right here. There's a rubber diaphragm in here. He said if you spray carburetor cleaner in it, it'll make it hard. Which I'm wondering if I need to go ahead and plug this off. I know it looks like there's a screw missing right here, similar to this one, but I saw new ones on Amazon that didn't have a screw in it. I also saw them with the screw in it. So I don't think that goes anywhere. I also saw the mechanic, the screw right here. I think that's part of an idle circuit also. But he said that the needle from that should be just, close, but not sticking up. I don't remember if he said it shouldn't be sticking up at all. Damn rags. Now I'm going to adjust it to where it's down a little bit. I wish I knew more about carburetors. I don't know nothing. I know nothing. I'm worse than Jon Snow. I know how to make a frickin' mess with the cigarette butt, though. Let me see if I can't clean some of this mess up. I'm about overlooking at this. Okay, I'm going to put y'all on pause. Hold what you got. Alright, peeps. Here's the plan. I ain't got one. But I'm thinking maybe it's running lean. I stuck a flashlight down the intake, and the valves are like super clean. There's not a spot on them. So my guess, and it's just a guess, is that maybe it's running lean. It's sucking air. The air box isn't in good shape. It's not got all the parts. It's got like one side of it's freaking melted. I'll show you. Right here, it's melted. There's a Hoyo in it. So we got that going bad for us, which I might try to just temporarily take a piece of Gorilla Tape, trademark. I might just cover that. See, it's not smoking when I get it running, so it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell which way it's going, you know. Is it running rich? Is it running lean? I need to do something about this hose. I don't know, you know, with it just sitting here, if it's okay. Is it going to run all right with it just venting the atmosphere? Like I said, I don't know a thing about them. I've owned a motorcycle, but that was back in the 80s in Texas. So what I think I'm going to do, is just get on my Computex here, and I'm going to try to, I'm just going to try to find some more any little thing I can find, because the carburetor's not blocked up. I know it sit for a while, and but it doesn't look like any gas went through it. And the way that the gas tank, the petcock was clogged up, I don't know, man, if they just, you know, said, piss on it, I'm getting rid of the damn thing. I can't figure it out. But it looks like somebody's went through the top end on it. It's got new gaskets. They're not dirty. But I don't know if they even had a frickin' torque wrench, you know? Did they tighten everything up? I watched the guy do the top end, and when he was disassembling it, he noticed that some of the bolts were loose, and they just had the top end done. So I really, really want to take that valve cover off. And I'm kind of chicken to do it, but I really, really want to. And that way I can check the timing. So I know you don't have to use a gasket on it. You know, you could use some, I've got some right stuff. I could put it back together with that just for it to run. I just want to make sure that it's in time. You know, we spent some money and to get it, not just the initial purchase, but put a starter, solenoid, frickin' Bendix, a new stator, with the, for all I know, it could just be a spark plug. I might just need to change the spark plug in it. I've seen guys that said it was running rough, and they changed the spark plug, and boom, there it was, running perfect. So I've got to go to Ace Hardware anyway. I wonder if I should just go up there and get a. I mean, the spark plug looks good. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look up the. See what the spark plug gap is on it, what it's supposed to be. I'll take the spark plug out and re-gap it. You know, I could look, also while I'm here, I could look up the number, make sure it's got the right spark plug in it, you know. Let's just see, spark plug is 15. Time to turn around, there's a damn new update on this thing. Okay, DP8EA. Okay. 31 to 35 inches. All right, hold what you got. I'm gonna pause you and pull this plug out. All right, pull the spark plug. Oh, no, I'm on unless I do it this way. Here it is, D8TC. Right here, hopefully you can see that. It says D8EA9. That's an NGK plug. But anyway, the gap is supposed to be 31 to 35 thousandths of an inch. And don't you know I left my keys at home? It's got my gap. I wonder. Well, the gap's big. Yeah, it's got a pretty large gap. And one thing it talks about in here is to crank the engine by pushing the starter switch and increase the spark gap until a misfiring occurs. So, what's that tell us? Anything? Comment down below if you have a thought. Or just comment down below, say, oh shit, Leonard, you're a dumbass. I might even give you a thumbs up on that tip. For 400 more bucks, I could have bought the Arctic Cat. And it was a 650, had a winch on it. I should have never asked my wife which one she wanted. This manual's kind of nice, but you know, if it didn't have the writing all over it. All right, you guys hold on. I'm search for me a spark plug gapper. Hold what you got. Look at here, you guys. 35. 35 is right here. You guys see the 35? Look up by the 50. See where it's at. You think that would make it backfire? That far out? I mean, that's at the end. Let's try it on the other side. Look at there, it's right on 50. That's actually just a tad bigger than 50. We say we can narrow that down a little bit. You think that would make it backfire like that? Comment down below. Let me know. Tell me what you thought of it. I thought somewhere, I thought you'd be able to. I've got a, that's some soft paint. Alright, 40. $31 to $35. 35's big. I'm gonna go a little smaller. It says right here 31 to 35. I'm gonna go right in the middle. I watched a video. You guys comment and let me know if you guys saw it too, where the guy took the strap of the spark plug and he bent it down to where the spark goes from the nipple goes straight across, and when your fuel mixture comes in, it goes right to the spark. It doesn't have to go around the strap and all that. And they're talking about it making more power. Do any of you guys have any experience with that? I'd be interested to know. Let's have a discussion about that. Leave a comment. Let me know. If you guys like listen to me bullshit and blindly try to fix things, maybe subscribe. Like and subscribe, you know what I mean, Brian? I thought I wasn't going to say that because, Kind of feels like begging, but I don't know. Leave a comment. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think of all that. It's so stupid. I'm such a big dummy. I think I'm going to put this spark plug in, put it back together, put some gas in it, tighten everything back down, plug off some holes on the carburetor. It seemed like that gap being that big. Seemed like that cap being that gap being that large. Yeah. I know when I first time I took the spark plug out, it was black and a little wet. So yeah, I'm gonna take and put this carburetor back together, because there's absolutely no trash in here, man. I haven't found anything. I've blown it out. None of the passages seem stopped up. I'm gonna block this nipple off. I don't know what I'm gonna do about this one right here just now. But it lets a lot of air in. Maybe I'll find something to go over top of that and just restrict it a little bit. I don't know. I know a lot of people in the comments were bitching about this replacement carburetor stuff from their old car. The original carburetor wouldn't fit, like the hoses. Putting these things back together, the main thing is to not, don't be too heavy-handed with them. You don't want to be tightening them down with all your might, sight. You may put a little drop of oil on this. We'll have to find some. Yeah, just put some grease on it. Just a little bit. What's up, Randall? How you doing? Putting this carburetor back together. Hold what you got, people. You know what? I just checked something here. The fuel inlet. It being empty, the float should be down. Seems like you should be able to blow through this easy. Just barely feel any. I mean, it's hard to blow through. And there it shut off. Gas should go through there easy. You know what? I better check that. Hold what you got. I'm going to take this back apart. Alright, what I'm attempting to do is check the float height. This is something that in the past, you know, I never really took the time to understand. Just kind of, you know, put it together and hope for the best. But since blowing through it and not hardly getting any air to go through it, and it's not clogged up, I'm going to have to do some sort of float height adjustment. So it shows to use this. It says 0.59 inches from here to the top of I guess the top of the float. That float looks pretty level. Let's see if I can. .59 inches. Is that backwards? Yes. Deal with it. Let's see. I ain't nowhere near it. Can y'all see that? Out of spec, adjust. That means see which way that goes. I'm gonna have to go I think I gotta go the other way. I hate this damn computer, man. Don't stay on long enough. Pretty close. I'm gonna go a little more. I'm trying not to push down on the needle. It's pretty close. It's pretty close, isn't it? I'm trying to see if you guys can see my tool. I'm gonna try to get a little more out of it. See what it does when I hold it upside down now. That's better. But it seems to me that it should it shuts it off when I put the bottom on it. Alright, hold on guys, I'm gonna figure out. Alright you guys. I did a little bit of research on float adjustment and all that. Now on this carburetor, it's empty. Alright. Now before, I don't know where I was at, but I couldn't blow through it with the bottom cap on. Now I can blow through it relatively easy. I mean, there's a little bit of resistance. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be or if it's supposed to be wide open. I'm not exactly 100%. Take that off, zero resistance. But from, you know, just doing some research on YouTube, I was told that when you adjust these things, see, you rock it back and forth and you bring it to where it just stops right there, and that's where you want to check your height. See, it's not touching. It's hard to see this side. Just where it barely puts pressure. See, I can move that one. Just barely. So I'm going to bend this side of the tab up a little bit. Just got my little bitty small screwdriver. I'm sticking it in there. Just gonna bring it up a little bit. And I'm gonna eyeball it. I think I need a new seat. Alright, now taking I got my deal set to 0.5925. No touchy. No touchy. Now let's see. I think that's my problem, boys and girls. Seems like the gas is going through it. Air goes through it. So I'm going with that. What y'all think? Comment down below right now. Is it gonna run? Alright, hold what you got. Let me put all this junk back together. Y'all want to see that. Hold what you got. Alright, people. Turns out we're gonna have to end it there. I've looked for hours. I've misplaced the piece that goes on the end of the throttle cable. It goes right, it pokes right in there. I know you guys can't see it. It goes right in that hole there, holds the throttle cable. I've looked high and I've looked low, and I cannot for the life of me find it. So I'm just going to leave it there, and I'll come back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have found it by then. But anyway, thanks for watching. It's Lenny Bo with stuff I learned from YouTube. Appreciate you watching. Catch you.